What's the song that you do it to?
It's Closer to My Dreams. It's the instrumental version.
Maybe we can have you do it live.
I don't sing the song.
No, she's gonna do the poet.
I don't sing the song.
So it was just so heartfelt. She captured Muhammad's spirit so much so for us, especially for those of us that have known him. And for those of you that don't know, Muhammad Nasruddin is the founder of Recycling Black Dollars, and he started it 28 years ago. And last 2 weeks ago, we celebrated or honored him or did a tribute to him. He's been gone from us down here in the regular land, and he's on up there doing some Recycling Black Dollars in his father's land. And so that was 9 years ago. So we're going to turn it over to you.
All right.
Welcome to the show, Faith.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. MUHAMMAD, capital A, period, NASSERDEEN, aka the RBD Man, BKA Mo. He is the life that led us to our very existence today, the breath behind the creation of this sagacious group of beautiful, creative, resilient people. He's the eyes to the vision of the birthing of a new dimension of the true existence of our financial black dollar culture. The ears that heard enough and said enough is enough. We must make a move to proclaim and sustain what we've worked so hard to build. The mover of the vehicle that has driven us and this legacy thus far, let's do him the honor to keep it moving and grooving. The hero of the power that we as a people are united, that through our poised collaborations we are extraordinary, to say the least. The father of not only his beautiful children, but to a community of hundreds of thousands. The husband to a phenomenal, exquisite, humble woman. The son of a legacy that immediately decided to join him on his next journey. The brother to not only his siblings, but to those who called him Mo. The neighbor to so many beyond his block, beyond his neighborhood, beyond his city. He is the mover, the shaker, the let's get ready to rumble and let's wrestle to keep the dollars, the resources, the capital in our community by putting dollars in another black man's hand. The just do it for the better good of us all kind of guy. He is Muhammad A. Nasruddin, the one and only RBD Man, our one and only Mo. Thank you.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very inspiring, very touching. That's great. That is amazing.
Thank
you should
you.
record, you should copyright that thing.
Got an attorney sitting right over there.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. How did you come up with that, Faith?
Well, you know, it was actually really inspired. Jackie B., who is the co-president with Crystal of Recycling Black Dollars, approached me, and it started out, she just wanted me to speak about the books that I have published.
Right.
And 2 weeks prior to the meeting, she called me and said, "Oh, T.S., I'm so sorry. You know, I didn't realize that that Tuesday is actually the day that the founder of RBD passed away." And I said, "Oh, no problem." And I was like, "Okay, we'll just put it off to another time. I won't worry about it." She said, "But if you want to do something, you can." And I said, "Okay," before I really thought about it, because I just felt honored to be a part of the group. They're all such beautiful people, literally inside and out. And when I hung up the phone with her, and then I called her a couple of days later, And I asked her, I said, I've been looking online and this man is phenomenal. Like, are you sure you want me to do it? I never had a chance to meet him. I'm only reading all this information about him. And she said, yeah, I know whatever you're gonna do is gonna be fine. So she was telling me actually about the last time that she and he were together. And it was the day he passed away. They were in the office. And I just listened to every detail, and I started really tapping into some of the key words she was saying. And then as I was reading articles and researching him and just finding out who this gentleman was, here we are with this poetic tribute to him. And once again, even when I read it, I almost feel like I had the opportunity to touch his hand. Mm-hmm. And on that day in the meeting, there were probably about 10 to 12 other people that spoke before me. And each one of them had a key word that was in this tribute to him. And I was like, okay, this is all meant to be. And it was just a great experience. I'm so humbled. I can't wait to meet his wife. So I would love to read it to her live.
And it's interesting because one of his daughters is a journalist. She used to write, we had a newsletter when Muhammad was alive, and she did the newsletter articles. So we'd have to make sure you meet her and introduce you to her. But what was phenomenal is that you're a new member of RBD.
Mm-hmm.
So
just joined
we want to give a shout out to TS Faith for being a new member of RBD. But I did know Muhammad. And you capsulated him. For someone that had never met Muhammad, you capsulated his very fiber, because the one thing about Recycling Black Dollars was he wasn't just a founder or the president or the CEO of RBD. He was RBD. It was his complete consciousnness. And the day he did die, there is so many people within Los Angeles that have said, I just spoke to Muhammad this morning, or I was going to do a deal with him, or we were going to do a film together. He also had a radio show. In fact, Felicia's dad, who's an engineer at KTYPM, he was his engineer and put his show together. He was his producer. So it's just so many people in Los Angeles that were connected to Muhammad on so many different levels all over the place. And everywhere I go, I meet people who are like, oh my God, we were like this. So you captured, I don't know how he channeled himself through you.
He
because
did.
That was Muhammad. For you not to have met Muhammad, that's why I was so impressed with her. I was like, oh no, she's got to be on the show.
You are very talented.
Very, very talented. So with that, all that other stuff that you did over here does nothing compared to what your inspiration is. So tell us about your books. And
so actually it was last year in April. It was a day I was off work. I was working part-time, and I was checking emails, and a colleague of mine emailed me. She was in her first year of her master's program, and like I said, it was April, and she was like, I don't think I can go another year, and it's too tough, and she's working full-time. What a better person to talk to, because I've been down that road. I worked full-time through my 3-year master program. So I was just encouraging her, just hold on. Trust me, I know it's tough giving up your weekends. You're doing homework all the time, papers all the time, but it's going to be worth it. And so I went to look for something just to put for a food for thought, and I wrote it myself. And I was like, oh, did I write that? And so I literally went to save it just so I could use it, because I love, people who know me know I love texting them in the morning, or even in my emails. Often I like to put a food for thought. And I said, oh, so I don't have to remember what I said, the words I used, how it went. I'll just save it. So I opened up a blank document and I saved it. And a year and a few months later, I just finished book 7 and submitting that. I'm waiting on the proof for book 6. All the books are inspirational, motivational quotes. And I have quotes from everything from life to the workplace, even in the time of loss, all about teamwork, management, leadership, spiritual quotes. So this has been an incredible journey for me. This was nothing that I had planned.
So have you been writing all your life? Or
No. This literally just started last year, April. Me doing an email and responding to a friend who needed to hear something.
So you've written 7 books in.
So
Wow.
But they're all quotes. And
All
I always remind people.
But you wrote the quotes.
Yeah, they're all my quotes. But I haven't done a book myself yet. I am in a collaboration, like you saw, Crystal, on my Facebook. I've been so blessed to be a part of this collaboration with Dr. Will Moreland. He's housed out of Arizona, but he grew up here in California. And he started this project called Live Your Genius Now. And originally it was going to be about 14 of us, men and women, and just so the world could know that no matter where you are in your life, that you can do it. And through your perseverance, your determination, your willpower, and all of those things connected in one, that no matter the tragedies, the obstacles, the barriers that you come across, you can make it. And there's still a place for you to fulfill your destiny and pursue your purpose in life. And I was selected to be a part of that project, and we just actually yesterday or day before yesterday kicked off the pre-sales for the book. And what happened was now it's just 10 women. And some of the women that are part of this book, one woman has experienced domestic violence. Another woman is living with HIV. Another woman challenged with mental illness. And all of these women are phenomenal, to say the least. And so once again, I'm surrounded by these people that are the epitome of courage and the epitome of I'm worth it. And I know that I can do this. And so, I mean, a couple of the women have nonprofit organizations. They have their own magazines. And I'm just like, just to be a part of that is so incredible for me. And it all started because a year ago, I put a quote on a blank page.
Wow.
Inspiration.
Very very much so. And I think it's kind of I had this conversation when I was at the women's conference was, are you living your life's purpose? And I think for everyone in this room, just from the enthusiasm that we're hearing and for wherever areas, and Fernando and what he's doing, and Michael and Chris and what they're doing, and Gilbert and I, and now you, it's just living in the purpose that this is why you were put on this planet. But I tell you, my sister, you are very, very talented. And I can just see some amazing things in your future for you with this blessing that God gave you, because you weren't even seeking this one.
No, I mean, as you see in my background, I spent 20 years working with family and children. I ended up getting my MSW in social work, and I did a little bit of that for a while. And, you know, sometimes I say things really, really, I mean, we cliche that phrase that, you know, things happen for a reason. But when you really tap into that, and at first I was a little frustrated because I was like, this is not what I wanted to do. And once I just started letting it flow, like I said, in a year and a couple of months, I'm on book 7. And so, and it just comes really naturally. Before I was even finished with book 1, I had a rollover of quotes, not knowing they were going to be book 2 and not even realizing that they're all so tailored. Like I said, I have life quotes. I have quotes for the workplace, quotes for your spirits. I even have quotes for your morning. So
are you able to copyright any of your work?
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay.
Yeah, took care of that. Yeah, thanks to
fantastic. I am just so proud of you. Who knew all of that wonderfulness? I believe we have a call that is coming in.
All right, let's hear it.
Hello, I'm calling regarding the Business Zone. The young lady that's speaking now.
Oh yes, her name is Faith Wilson.
Oh, Faith Wilson.
Yes.
Okay. And then how could I get in contact with purchasing some of the books that she mentioned that she has?
Oh, we could have you talk to her right now. What? Tell us your name and where you're calling from, please, caller.
My name is Joy, and I'm calling from Compton.
Well, Joy, welcome to the show. We appreciate having you here. We'll have you speak with Faith directly.
Hi, Joy. It's a pleasure to have you call in. I actually have a website that you can visit. It's www.31quotes.com.
All right. And you mentioned that you're on Facebook?
I am on Facebook. My Facebook is TSW Faith.
Okay, all right. And then do you do, like, workshops? I'm just concerned. I have a group of ladies that I think maybe would be beneficial to.
I have done some workshops. I've done presentations. Most of the time I've just spoken, particularly with women, just about us feeling good about ourselves, starting new journeys, because sometimes we don't really know how to embrace that. And then also just finding you and being comfortable with you. So those are some of the areas that I've touched on, particularly with women.
Okay, so I could probably just email you?
Yes, and I can also, I have a business line that you can reach me at if you want to write that down.
Yes, I do. What is it, please?
Okay, it's 858
858
900
Yes.
3195.
95. Thank you so much. Be encouraged. You're doing a marvelous job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me, ma'am.
Thank you, Joy, for calling in.
Thanks, Joy. And Joy, keep listening to the show. Okay, are you a business owner, Joy? Joy? she left. Okay, so that was great.
Look at that. You
just
already got some sales.
You just touched at least one person right there. You see that? That's amazing. That's phenomenal.
Yes,
just to let you know, you've got a contagious spirit. Wow. So when you speak and you speak to that rhythm right there, I'm telling you, it's really contagious. So that's probably why you're hearing Joy and others calling. So that's amazing. Now, do you have a business or?
So as a result of these books, I started Wilson Publishing House. Of course, I don't have all the equipment, so I have a team of people that work with me. Dr. Rosie Milligan is who does all my edits, and she has a young lady that works with me on my covers. And then we go through Ingram Spark to actually have the books printed. And so I sell them myself. I have my website that does some of the sales for me. And I'm going to be honest, I was like some of your clients. I was so against social media, only because you hear all the bad things.
Right.
But now I'm an encourager of social media. I started off with Instagram. I fell in love with it because, you can take these pictures, you can upload them. And for me, like one of my favorite ones is I took a picture. It was a really beautiful day of City Hall. And underneath it, I just wrote about how we as a people, and when I say as a people, I'm talking about as human beings, that we need to feel good about ourselves, to stand tall and to fight for who we are. And then I have other pictures, sometimes it's just a beautiful flower or a plant. And I just talk about how you have to nurture your soil. And what are you going to nurture your soil with? With optimism, with comfort, with peace, with joy. And so that's why I fell in love with Instagram. And then I also have Twitter. And the funny thing about Twitter is, they only give you so many characters.
Right.
So I love it because sometimes I have this wonderful idea, this quote that I want to put on there, but then